Hi everybody, welcome to Wednesday's live stream. It is February 13th today, and hopefully all of you are doing good. Just gonna pull chat up here and get ready. As always, if you are watching the playback, feel free to skip ahead to where we get started. We'll be spending the first few minutes to say hi to everybody joining, to get prepared, that kind of thing. Because you guys know me, I'm never prepared before a stream. I start it and then get prepared. I'm always running behind. Hi Charlotte, how are you today, sweetheart? Hi Kim, thanks for joining. How are you? Hi Katrina, thanks for joining, hon. I'm good, Charlotte. I'd be a lot better if this cold weather would kindly go away. I feel like we had pretty much no winter at all up until pretty much this month, and now it's just freezing constantly. I'd be able to handle it if it was like a moderate cold temperature, but it's like literally freezing, and this is like a week now. We've been trapped in the house, and being trapped in a house with a almost 5-year-old is not fun. Hi Jody, hi Becky, hi Susie. Thanks for joining everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Oh no, that sounds yucky, Kim. So we had a little bit of a storm yesterday too. It snowed 2 inches here, but no rain or sleet or anything yucky like that. Just normal kind of dry snow, if you know what I mean. It's not wet, but it's not dry either. Sorry. Put alarms there to post work in progress Wednesday in the group. I totally forgot it is Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, Rain was a little bit grumpy yesterday. And then I was just kind of looking out the window, washing my hands in the kitchen, and our driveway's right outside the window. And I noticed that there's just the perfect amount of snow on the truck. And I always see people drawing eyes on trucks, and it looks hilarious. So I decided, yeah, I'm going to get my coat and boots on, run out there quick, and do that. So he came in, and I knew he'd see it because as soon as he comes in from outside, he goes into the kitchen and washes his hands. So then he comes in here with this huge smile on his face and tries to grumpily say, "Don't draw on my truck." He thought it was pretty funny. Okay, 2 seconds. I'm just going to check on my kiddo quick, and I'll be right back, and then we'll get started. He's been grounded from electronics for the last couple days because of his attitude. So he's getting pretty creative with how to entertain himself, so I'm pretty proud of him. Oh, that's cute, Kim. Yeah, so if anybody is having a bad day and you want to cheer them up, just draw eyes on their vehicle in the snow. Okay, so we're still working on this page, and this is what live stream number 5, I think. I'm hoping to be able to get her done today, so we're gonna crack on here, but I'm not making any promises. situated a little bit here. We'll zoom in. Okay. So I'm thinking, for the most part, all we have colors, like color-wise, the majority, I'm not going to count the green. So we've mostly got blue, purple, and gold. So I don't really want to bring in too much more color. Her eyes, I know for sure, are going to be green, because we're going to kind of have to find balance in that somewhere. So we're going to do the eyes green. We'll kind of keep it neutral. We've got blacks in here with the birds, and of course her wings are going to be black as well. So I'm thinking gray for her stockings and then black for her boots. I'm not 100% sure on the stockings though. Honestly, I don't really like when artists put stockings on girls because I get so confused with colors to do. But I think we can kind of figure it out. I'm thinking a little bit of brown because it'll kind of match in with the gold. And then I'm thinking for this cushion thingy here, maybe do some purple with like a gold band. Kind of keep everything cohesive, I think. And I'm hoping it's gonna look good. Oh my goodness, Jody. I don't think I could do 3 colors. I could do 5. 3 colors is a little bit, that must be really hard. Well, I can't wait to see it. So I think I'm going to make this kind of like, I don't want it to completely match her hair, so I'm going to make it a darker version of her hair. So I'm going to grab out the black, and then, let's see, definitely the black grape. We'll go a little bit lighter. We'll try and get one of those colors from her hair. So maybe, don't really want to bring out any more blue, so I think I'm going to grab that lavender that we used in her hair. Oh, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, it says you are. I'm glad you're feeling better. I think that's another reason why we've been kind of on lockdown in the house, is because of that flu season and all those bugs running around. Nowhere is safe. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the black. And I'm just going to mark out my shadows here. And this is actually going to be a little bit tricky because I was thinking about doing her boots black. We might have to change that up. I think maybe we'll do her boots like a brownish gold. What's up, sweetie? No, no phone today, hon.
Oh.
At least not this morning. Like I said, you continue being a good boy and listening and behaving yourself, and we'll talk about it later, okay?
Alright, I will. It is hard being a kid.
It is hard being a kid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially a kid trapped inside, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, honey. Farm Grandma's coming over later, though. I'm sure she'll play with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, love you. Have fun.
I will.
Oh, poor guy. So I'm not using a very firm pressure at all yet. It's kind of a light medium pressure. And then I'm going to come back in at the very edges of these shadows where they'd be the darkest and just kind of layer that color up a little bit to really make that black pop out. Oh, he's so sad today. He's just been a right hellion lately, though. I don't know what exactly his problem is. I'm pretty sure being stuck inside is not helping, though. but he's just been acting out like crazy. He even, some of you that have been with me for a while have probably heard me rant about my mother-in-law and about the fact that she doesn't really discipline him at all, and she should. Well, he actually got on her nerves yesterday to the point where she snapped on him a little bit. So I was quite amazed. And you know it's bad when she gets irritated. Oh, hi, May. Happy hump day to you too, hun. Okay, I'm liking that. So from there, we're going to come in with the black grape, and I'm going to place this in over top of the black and use it to blend it together. Kind of turn that black into a really dark purple. I'm pretty much just going to use this color to fill in this whole space here. I know. He always says that when he's feeling down. Yeah, little boys need to be outside playing, that's for sure. I can't wait till it warms up. Yeah, I'm glad his problems are still small too, Kim. Hi, Lisa. Thanks for joining, hon. How are you today? We might not even get that lavender in here. Maybe just a little bit. Glad to hear, hun. I don't think I have, Kim. I'm going to bring this down a little bit here. I'm going to make it pretty opaque at the very top, and I think I'm going to blush in some of this color in at the bottom, but we're going to finish that off with the lavender just to kind of make it a little bit lighter. And I'm actually going to leave little bits of the paper showing through on this because it's going to make it kind of look like velvet. Hi, Robin, sweetheart. How are you today? I might have to check this video out. Okay, now going in with the lavender. I just lightly go over everything just to blend and get that really soft kind of satiny kind of look. I'm doing pretty good, just wishing the cold weather away. If only it would actually work. Okay, back in with the black grape. Again, I'm going to make it fairly dark in at the top, and then I'm going to fade this down to these little ends here, kind of blush in the color, and we'll go over and finish that off with the lavender after. Oh, that sounds really cool, Kim. Especially like you said, for those who Can't really think of combinations quite so easily. Yep, black grape and lavender. And a little bit of just black. Switching to the lavender now. And I'll just kind of blend that into everything. And my reasoning for using the black grape and the lavender, oh, here, let me pull out. Did we use the black grape in her hair, I wonder? Okay, we did. So we used both the black grape and the lavender in her hair. I wanted the black grape because I want this to be fairly dark. And then I wanted the lavender so it kind of matches in with her hair, but not to the point where it looks exactly like her hair. Oh, that's okay, hon. Thanks, Jody. Okay. So I think while I have the black out, we'll quickly do her stockings, and I'm thinking kind of like a black gray maybe. And as always, I'm going to use the cool toned grays because they're my favorite. Hi, Kim T. Thanks for joining. Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too, May. If anybody does know, I would love to know too so I can go watch that. I guess that means all of my colorings are rubbish because most of my books are on Create Space paper because I can't afford the other ones. Yeah, I can, sometimes, thanks to my mummy. But I love how Anne took that and made a really positive spin on it in her video. She's so sweet. And I still chuckle every time I think, if anybody watched that, she's flipping through Christine Karen's book. Just her one comment, she points at this guy and she's like, and this is a hunka burnin' love. And then she's like, no, it's not, it's... And she says the actual name. I was drinking hot chocolate when I read that, and needless to say, it went up my nose a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to that Amazon paper. Was that the name of the channel, Jody? Or is that what you're, no, like you're just saying that. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'd like to say that some of my best pictures are actually on Create Space paper. I mean, if you're a good colorist, you can make any paper work for you. Okay, I'm just going to come in with the black here and start adding in our shadows. It was shiny. I wonder if that would be just good for markers or if it'd be okay for pencil too. Her books are on my list in the future, but I don't really use markers unless it's just kind of for a base. Okay, so here we get one of those confusing areas where this leg here underneath is going to be darker, but we're still gonna have a shadow here. 2 seconds, I got a cat at the door. Which one is it? It's the Lilo. Are you coming in or are you staying out? Come on. Get in here. door's gonna close. Okay, bye. Seriously, get in here. Come on. Come on. Come here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Come on, baby. Okay, fine. Stay out there then. She's such a brat. Not even a minute, she's gonna be scratching at the door again, but she won't come in here. No, May, we suck. Nah, not even a minute. Lilo, come on then. I'm gonna carry you in here. Come on. You're coming in. Oh, you're so chunky, I can hardly pick you up. Here, you sit there then. She's looking at me like, how dare you? Woohoo! Good job, Jody. Can't wait to see it. Yeah, that was my thought too, Kim. Usually shiny paper doesn't have a lot of tooth to it, which sometimes still is almost actually better for pencils, but I don't know, it just depends on your preference, I suppose. Yeah, I'm still just going in with the black here. I think they will. I mean, there's a lot of positivity in the coloring community, and even if I was offended, I could never stop coloring for very long. And then being around people who enjoy it just as much as you is one of the best things about it. Oh, is that what you were doing in that picture, Jody? I was kind of curious how you got paint all over your hands. Okay, I'm gonna use some black coming around kind of like, I guess, her knee here. It's gonna be pretty shadowed coming in from behind, or coming out from her dress here. But I don't want this shadow to be quite as dark as the one that we have on the bottom here, because we want this to be darker so it actually looks like it's further behind, which it kind of is, if that makes sense. I'm rubbish at explaining sometimes, I apologize. So, in that case, we're going to take the 70% cool gray. And I'm going to use that as a little bit of a shadow here. Oh, Andrew, thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. Hey, while I have you here, I don't know if you've seen my video before, but since you've donated to the channel, if it's okay with you, I'd love to get your address to send you a card. If not, I totally understand not wanting to send your address to a virtual stranger. But if you are up to it, I'll put in my email address, and if you send me your address, I'd love to send you just a little thank you card. Totally up to you, let me know, but seriously, thank you so much. I will definitely be on the lookout for a Marvel comic coloring book, specifically one with Venom in it, because he is my favorite. Oh wait, no, Venom is Marvel, right? I always get the two mixed up. So you can tell I'm kind of a nerd, but not that much of a nerd. What do you need, baby? Oh, cool. Go ahead. Alright, let me just catch catch up on chat for a minute here. You guys are very chatty. It's hard to keep up a little bit today. There's not even that many of you. Exactly, just like family, Kim. Hi, Christine. Thanks for joining, hon. Okay, perfect, Andrew. Here is my email. Just type it in here. It's kind of a long one. Okay, there's my email. And just send me your address. Just put your name as the subject. Again, thank you so much. Oh. Oh, well, never mind then. I didn't know I had you on Snapchat. Cool, sounds good. And there's still a few of you from last year that I need to catch to see if you'll send me your addresses. I have it written down somewhere. I know Shalene is one of them. Robin, actually, if you're still here, you're one of them too. I think. Hold on. What book did I write that down in? 2 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Are you coming in too? Come on then. It's not going to stay open forever. Get in here. No? Okay, see you later. Come on. Oh, you cats are very indecisive today. Yeah, Robin, you were one of them too, hun. So if you're here, if you want to send me your address too, if you're still here. Thanks, Charlotte. I'm not sure how I came up with that one. Okay, yeah, same to you, hun. If you don't mind giving me your address, I'd love to send you a card. If you scroll up, my email is just above a little ways. So if you are up to that, you can send me your address through my email there. Okay, in with the black. I'm just putting in a little touch here just to darken up this shadow. And then I'm going to go back over with the 70% cool gray. And we'll bring it up and out a little bit. Apologies if you can hear the little one freaking out. I think, see, with Andrew done and then Robin, I think the only ones that I have left from last year are Tracy and Shalene, so I'm gonna have to get a hold of those two to see if they would be willing to send me their addresses as well. So if any of you see Tracy Klein or Miss Shalene, could let them know to get a hold of me. If you want to write down my email address and give it to them, that would be wonderful too. I seem to always miss them. Actually, I can comment on one of Shalene's videos, but I have no idea how to get a hold of Tracy. Apparently not. I have no idea, that's for sure. Andrew, I don't think it was you. Okay, with the 70%, I'm going to come up from here as well. Oh, yes, that's a good idea. I've been missing their streams lately. Yeah, have to try and make it tonight. Thank you, Kim. Hi, Mia. How are you, sweetheart? I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it back to your stream the other day. I had to go help the hubby with some stuff, and then by the time I came back, you were done already. Okay, so I think what I want to do, I'm going to use a little bit of a firmer pressure, and I'm going to kind of burnish in here because this is going to be pretty dark, so I'm going to leave it dark. Same thing here. I'm going to kind of burnish this a little bit. Yes, hon.
I need a paper because I don't live stream too.
You want to pretend to live stream? I'll get you a piece of paper. Yeah. Okay, watch out.
Yay! Good color.
Do you need a pencil too? Yeah? How about a red pencil? This is my favorite drawing pencil. Just don't wreck it, okay? Yeah. There you go. Love you.
I'll do it in a wee room.
Of course you can. So sweet. Okay, Andrew, see you next time, and thank you again. Isn't he just the sweetest? So he came in this morning and said, he's like, I'm going to live stream today, just like you. Okay, so now I'm coming in with the 50% cool gray. I'm just going to kind of bring it out from the 70%. So blend it into there, and then we can start kind of fading it out into the white. Gonna do the same thing here, pretty much just filling in this whole area though. Okay, and I think we'll bring in one more color here. So I'm going to reach for the 20% and just color in what's left of the stockings. Oh, apologies for that. That might have been loud. Oh, is she in this chat or Dee Dee's chat? I think Dee Dee's still going. Thanks, hun. I appreciate that. Oh, it's so sweet. That just melts my heart. Oh, okay. Okay, before we start on the boots, I just want to grab a black fine liner here. And I'm just going to come in over top of these lines that Jasmine has drawn in, and I'm just going to darken them up. Sorry, I'm not going to check chat till I'm done. This takes quite a bit of focus. Okay, there's one side done. Aww, he's so sweet. I'm glad that he likes me so much without even meeting me. Okay, there we go. Okay. So I'm just going to write these colors down quick before I get too many and then I get confused and don't know what I used for where. And then we'll move on to her boots. I think that's the best part. This just makes it so much more meaningful. Okay. Um, 50 and 20. Okay. So for her boots, I want them to be a similar color as her dress, but I don't want them to come off looking gold. How to go about that, though, I'm not really sure. Let's see, what did I use for the dress? Okay. So I think I'm going to grab the dark umber, the black, let's grab sandbar brown, and maybe the cream, or should we do eggshell? Let's see here. Let's actually grab the ginger root, I think. Not sure how it's going to look, but oh, perfect. Is she going to email me then, hun, or is she passing on that? Not me, Kim. Until my kitty cat's taken care of, there's no hauls for me. Oh, I see. She's actually messaged me here. Perfect. Thanks again, Kim. Thanks, Christine. I'm super excited. I love making it look super sparkly. Okay, so I'm going to come in with the black. I'm going to go fairly firm here in this corner. It's pretty much just completely burnished, and then I'm going to come out from it. Same thing here, really firm, and then I'm going to fade it out. And then we'll just pick up some of these shadows here. It's basically along the whole side of this boot here. probably behind this curve in her boot, I would think. Underneath her boot here, there'd be a bit of a shadow. We'll try and make it darker than the one on the boot above. Maybe run a shadow in along this line. Underneath this bit here, these bits are really confusing actually. Hopefully they turn out at least a little bit decent looking. Okay, and I don't know what this line is here, but I'm just going to color it in completely black. Oh, I guess that would have been the line above from her buckle. That's okay though. We'll still color that in black. Put a little bit of a shadow in after the buckles and straps here. Okay, I think that looks decent looking. Me too, Christine. I wasn't originally going to turn it into kind of like an evening dress, but I figured it'd be fun to make it look sparkly, and then she's wearing kind of combat boots, which is always cool, so she looks pretty sassy almost. Okay, next I'm going to come in with the dark umber. I'm going to bring this in over top of the brown and out. So I want these boots to be fairly dark, so it's actually a good thing that I'm heavy-handed with dark colors. And when I say that, I don't mean like pressure-wise, I mean like I just use a lot of dark colors. My shadows overwhelm my page sometimes. So we can also bring this color a little bit out from the black. Kind of in like a C shape here because this part of her boot is going to be rounded. Just slightly. I do want it to be a little bit shadowed on this side too though. Oh, thanks, Kim. They do turn out good. They just always turn out a lot darker than I'd like them to. Been trying to work on that, but it's hard. Oh, hubby's got the dishwasher started, bless him. Create a little bit of a shadow on these straps as well. Okay, here I'm going to switch from that color into the Sandbar Brown. I'm going to completely finish off the underside of her boot here. I'm going to use this to kind of blend and burnish those other colors that we've already laid down. And there's going to be a lot of this color. We're not going to have much of our lightest color. It's going to be more of just a kind of last minute touch. So I'm just going to blend this up to the top here. Make it more solid towards the bottom, kind of fade it up so we still get that little bit of a highlight here, but it's not super light. And then we can just use the ginger root to go over top and kind of finish blending everything together. And do the same thing with the straps here. I'm going to just blush over this color a little bit on the highlighted area. We'll call that good. And for these straps, I think I'm just going to color them in. Thanks, Kim. I know when I started live streaming, I told myself that I was gonna like relax a little bit on the whole instruction part, but I don't know, it's just part of me. And this way people who do want to learn that watch the streams can still hopefully learn something from them. Oh, thanks, Christine. I appreciate that, everyone. Just going to completely color in this area of her boots. I'm actually really liking these colors together. This is kind of like a rustic, kind of almost old leather look. Oh, you guys are so sweet. You're gonna make me cry. Okay, and this boot here, I'm gonna completely color in this area. I'm gonna start in coloring pretty firm on the bottom, and then I'm going to lighten my pressure up as I get to the top, and then we'll switch to the ginger root, and everything that has, or every highlight, I'm just gonna put this in and kind of blend it all together. It's still gonna keep it light, but it's just gonna blend everything a little bit better. There, so they still kind of match her dress, but they don't look gold. No, I'm not changing, Kim, don't worry. Me too, Susie. I wish I had a pair of those boots. Oh, thanks, Christine. I think the one problem that I do have with my videos, though, is sometimes my autofocus goes a little too crazy. So since I'm constantly moving my hand, it'll kind of unfocus and then focus back in quickly. It gets a little bit dizzying, but thankfully it hasn't been too bad lately. Yeah, I pretty much know nothing about markers. So yeah, Anne's great with markers. Another person that I look to watch, because I love watching videos done in marker, is Belinda at Color with Faithful Girl. I think I'm saying that right, or is it just Faithful Girl? I can't remember, but yeah. I just type in her name and her channel pops up, so. Oh, that's good, considering that I don't even have a light on right now, it's just my window. I've got my window right up against, or sorry, I have my desk right up against my window. She does. Oh my goodness, it's crazy. I love her pictures. They literally look like printed pictures. You'd never be able to tell that it was actually just colored with marker. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to tackle this part next. I'm going to use the same colors that I did with her boots. Mostly just the black and the brown though, I think. The dark brown, I should say. Yep. That's why I kind of opted to stream in the mornings instead of in the evenings. And this is, it'll be even better in spring and summer because right now it's winter and the sun is actually over that way. So we're actually getting very little light in here. It's still light enough to stream, but it's going to be way, way better once the sun shifts. Because as soon as spring and winter hit in, the sun is going to rise pretty much right in front of my window. Okay, so starting in with the black, I'm going to bring this in on both the bottom and the top. So not quite so much on the bottom. It's going to start off really dark at first, and then we're going to blend it out. Just kind of lighten up that pressure until it almost looks like that black is fading into the white of the page. Doesn't have to look completely perfect though, because we're still going over with other pencils and they'll do the blending as well. And then I'm also going to create a shadow coming down from this kind of draped fabric here. Sorry guys, I'm going to speed a little bit here because I kind of want to get this done today. I'm a little bit OCD, so I don't really want to start another stream for this and then have to, you know, start something else on that stream. I like my videos to just kind of be one thing. So if we don't finish it this stream, we'll probably just do a video, like a pre-recorded video to finish it. That way next stream we can start something else rather than do half and half. I know a lot of streamers do that, but I'm just OCD. I can't do it. I just can't. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're expensive, aren't they, Christine? I know my mom was looking into them too because she's kind of got bad eyesight sometimes. So she wanted to get some daylight bulbs in over top of her counter area so that way she can see better when she's cutting and stuff. And she still will because she needs it, but they are expensive. I've heard that they last a little bit longer though. Not sure if that's true. I've never tried them, so I can't say, but that is what I've heard. Who knows, maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they don't last nearly as long. Okay, so there's our shadow there with the black. So now I'm going to come in with the, what color is this again? Dark umber. It's too small. I can't read French. So I'm just going to bring this out from the black. Kind of fade it out a little bit. We do want some highlight in there. We don't want it to be too dark. And I'm going to do the same from the bottom. I'm going to very lightly go over the center though. Maybe go a little bit darker from where this paper is kind of touching it. I think that would cast a little bit of a shadow. Other than that, we're just going to continue just coming out from our shadows. Yeah, that's a crazy price. Okay, this side here, I'm going to color it in a little bit and then kind of fade it out. I'm going to leave a little bit of a highlight at the very end, just because we've got the moon more on this side, so I imagine this side would be a little bit lighter anyways. And then I think I'm actually going to use the ginger root to go in over top of the shadows, and then I'm also going to go in, or sorry, I'm going to go in over top of the highlights, but I'm also going to use it to go in over top of the shadows. And I can do that because I don't completely burnish my paper. I actually find that this paper is really hard to completely burnish. Just when I think that I can't add more layers, it seems that I can, so this is one of my favorite papers to work on. So this is going to give it more of like a creamy color, so it's similar to the boots, but it's going to look different because the boots still have that darker, kind of warmer color. Okay, so there's that little bit done, and we'll finish this off by using the same colors that we used on her dress. So I'm just going to grab those out. Actually, maybe I should write this down first. We're getting a lot of pencils on the desk here. I can't find my favorite pencil. Oh, there it is. Never mind. Spoke too soon. Okay, so for the boots we use black, dark umber, sandbar brown, and ginger root. Let's see, cushion. Sorry guys, bear with me. Then we need, see, we've got the black, we need the sepia. If I can find that, oh, there it is. So we've also used the green ochre, the artichoke, and the yellow ochre, but we probably won't, yeah, let's grab the yellow ochre actually. So it's more of that orangey color. Actually, no, I don't want that one. I want something different. I'm gonna grab canary yellow. So again, this is going to be similar to the gold in the dress, but it's going to look like actual gold. So it's actually going to tie in more like the moon. So I'm just going to start with some black here. Just kind of wherever there's going to be a shadow. And then I'm going to bring in the sepia a little bit to just go over top of that black, which is going to turn it more like a very dull brown. Then the green ochre, I'm going to press fairly firm and go over both of those colors, bring it out a little bit. This part here, I'm just going to completely color that in, I think. It's going to be pretty shadowed there. Bring in a little bit of the artichoke too, fairly heavy at first, and then as we get to this highlight, I'm going to lighten up my pressure, still color over it. Do the same thing on this side. Just kind of bring that color out. And then I'm going to grab the canary yellow, and pretty firmly I'm going to go in and color that in, and then go back over with that artichoke just to dull it down just a little bit. There. So now we have about an hour to do her wings and the birds. If that's even possible, I'm not sure, but we're gonna try. Okay. Just gonna write down these colors quick too. Okay, bye Mayhan. Thanks for being here. I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, thanks, May. Yes, a like would be incredibly appreciated. Okay, so on to these birds. Actually, let's finish this little bit right here. I'm going to grab that black fine liner I had again. And I'm just going to color in these little circles here. Actually, maybe while I have that canary yellow, I think I'm going to go just over top of these buckles a little bit to give them more of a yellowed tone here. That way they actually look like gold. Thanks, Becky. Oh my goodness, how could you forget that, Jody? So for the feathers, all the feathers, the birds and the wings, I'm gonna try and keep them kind of the same color as the feather that she has in her hand, which didn't turn out very good, so we're gonna try and do it better. Well, I'm going to. Your guys's, if you're following along, probably looks amazing. So I'm gonna grab out the colors that we used for that, which was black, and then we also had violet, lavender, aquamarine. Grab out those colors. I've got the black and the lavender, so we need the violet and the aquamarine. Thank you, Charlotte. Okay, and I do want kind of more of a green in there too, so I'm going to grab the so you have the aquamarine, but I'm going to grab the parrot green too, I think. I guess we still have our eyes too, but we'll do those last, I think. See, I'm going to warn you guys now that I'm probably going to be complete rubbish at coloring these birds, so be warned. I have no idea how I'm going to do this. I've never colored a bird before. Not like this anyways. I think I'm also going to grab the 70% cool gray. Yes. And hopefully with those colors, it'll turn out okay. So we'll start off with this bird here. Make sure that he's in frame. Yeah, I've colored the birds in Anamorphia, like the two flying, but those are more like cartoony birds that, you know, aren't very intimidating. Yeah, it's even funnier, just wing it, because it's birds. So we're literally winging it. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, thanks, Phantom Girl. Yeah, between me and Rob and Kim, you should be okay, even if it's just me. I surprisingly don't get a lot of trolls to the streams, thankfully. Knock on wood. Yep. Okay, yeah, I'm procrastinating here. Let's just dive in and do it. Okay, I'm gonna start off with the black. No, I lied. I did start off with the black, but we're gonna throw in some colors here. I'm gonna grab the aquamarine and I'm just gonna start basing this bird, and it's gonna look ridiculous, but I'm just gonna follow my instincts and hope for the best. She is in the chair behind me, actually. She's sleeping. Yeah, the trolls are afraid of me. Not that I blame them. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, baby. You come here. She's like, no, I'm not having any of it. She's like, not even moving. I was just thinking that too. I'm surprised she hasn't tried to wiggle her way up here. Usually she has by now. That is true. I found most of the time when I act on instinct and go with what I feel, it usually turns out okay. And even if it doesn't turn out the way I kind of imagine it, I'm sure that it's still going to look good. So I'm not going to stress too much about it. So there we've got some aquamarine. I'm going to switch to the cobalt turquoise. I don't know why I grabbed this, but I'm going to use it anyways. Still with a super light pressure. I'm just kind of basing in these colors for now. Yeah, she probably will. I would be amazed if she didn't. She does look pretty comfortable in her chair though. Very true, Jody, although I don't think I'd want to black out these birds. So we are going to try to avoid that and hope for the best. Okay, next color, pretty much everywhere that's not green is going to be pink. We can even mix the pink in with the green a little bit. That makes an interesting color. I think what I would do though, I would just take, oh actually I don't have, I need black stickles. I would just take black stickles and put those over the birds. I think it'd look amazing. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to the violet a little bit here. I don't know how much of this I want. So I'm just going to kind of put that over the violet. I'm even bringing it in a little bit on the cobalt turquoise. Just kind of blending everything in nicely. Yeah, Jody's probably thinking, leave it like that. Yeah, I'm not sure if I've ever seen black stickles. I'd imagine there would be. I mean, they have every color. Okay, so Now I'm going to come in with the black. I'm going to start off pretty solid and at the top of his head here. Pretty much at the whole top of him, I suppose. Then we can kind of fade it out a little bit. I'm going to come in around these lines that Jasmine has drawn in here. Just kind of picking out shadows. Oh, I didn't even catch that. 61 colors? Oh my goodness, I'm coming to your house. I'm fairly certain I could probably make use of at least 50 of those colors. Let's kind of go around his eye here maybe. And everywhere that I'm putting in shadow, I am fading out from it. Sorry, sweetie. Me talking to her didn't make her move, but as soon as I moved my chair a little bit, she looked like she's startled. Yeah, I wonder if there should be black stickles. I'd imagine there would be. What if we just do just this random swishy back and forth motion with the black pencil? So that way we've got black in there, but you can still see the color. I'm just going to continue doing that because I kind of like how that looks. So who knows, maybe we'll just leave the bird like that. It's actually not looking too bad, I must say. Ooh, Black Diamond. I like that name. I may have to be on the lookout for them too. Hey, welcome back, Kim. Maybe bring his wing down a ways. Add some little, maybe feathery looking bits here. I don't know, I'm just kind of playing around with it. This is probably going to be like really hard to follow if anybody actually colors along with this, and I apologize for that, but working quickly and sporadically like this is my way of making sure that it doesn't end up perfect, because then it looks terrible. So we want imperfect. Imperfectly perfect. Yep. Yeah, he does look pretty cool, doesn't he? I think let's go back in and just bring in a little bit more of that color. I want that color to show through a little bit more than it is now. So mostly the cobalt turquoise and the lavender, just because they're lighter, so they'll show up a little bit better. But we'll still go back in with the other two colors as well, which is the aquamarine and then the violet. So I'm going to put in the violet more where we have some shadows. So I'm going to bring that in on some of these black areas here. Might even just kind of put in a few lines with this as well. I don't know if this really looks like a crow, but he sure looks interesting. Definitely not realistic though, but that's okay. Okay, now we'll just keep coming in with our black. I'm actually debating grabbing a fine liner and putting in some of these black lines that way. Now I'm kind of, let's see if I can grab a piece of paper here. Okay, don't mind the names on here, but kind of going like this, making these squiggles so that way they look like kind of like little feathers. So I'm doing that on the wings. It gives it some interesting kind of look to it. Probably do that everywhere actually. A little bit on his back and stuff. I don't know, what do you guys think of that guy? Let's see. I'm gonna grab my blender pencil and see. I'm just gonna kind of go over a little spot and see. I don't think I really like that. No, no, no. Just gonna go back in one more time, darken up some of these colors in here. Thanks, guys. Let's go in with the fine liner and just play around a little bit here. Kind of create some extra little interest on him. Mostly just because this the black Prisma doesn't look very black. Not with those other colors. So I'm going to use the fine liner to kind of make it appear a little bit more black than he does right now. The eye is next. They don't really have much for eyes though. They're usually just kind of like black with like a little speck of white, aren't they? So we'll go like that. And then once that dries, we can put some white highlight in there. Yeah, he's kind of a messy little bird. Kind of looks like a stray, but I am content with him. Okay, and then we can take a white Posca and just give him a little dot for his eye. And then I'm pretty sure crows have black beaks too, don't they? 2 seconds. I'm going to hop off here and take a look. I'll search up a crow here. Yeah, their beaks are black. They're mostly black birds. Okay. So I'm going to go in with the black here. Pretty much color in the bottom part of his beak solid. And a little bit lighter the top part of his beak. So use that, and then maybe the 70%. Do I want to bring that in? Yeah. I use the 70% to kind of finish it off. And then you can give him a little bit of a white highlight. Okay, so now we're going to skip bird number 2 for now. We'll start in on her wings. And I would like her wings to look a little bit different than the birds, and this might be a bad idea, but I'm just going to use the black and the 70% cool gray together on these, and I'm just going to pick out shadows and pretty much color everything is in solid, and then I'm going to use my black Posca to really make these wings hopefully stand out. She does, yes. Yeah, lots of purple in this picture. My little crows were rocking quite a bit of purple color too, so they kind of tie in with her too. They've got purple and green, which is hopefully kind of ties everything together and balances it a bit. So for the most part, I'm going to concentrate the black in for shadows. I'm going to be really messy with this. And then I'm just going to color everything else in with the 70% cool gray. So that's the neighbor or the husband shoveling. Are you guys worried yet? Oh, sorry guys, excuse me. My heat just turned on and all the dust from the heat register is flying up into the room, I think. I'm worried about the wings. Let's hope this one does too, because I'm worried. Thank you, Charlotte. Oh, well, thanks, Phantom Girl, and that's exciting. I'm glad you do. Oh, thanks, Robin. I'm always worried when I try new things. It usually turns out okay, but I mean, our bird is kind of a happy little mess, so he turned out decent. So I've got decent hopes for these wings too. I might not even need the 70% cool gray actually. I think I'm just going to use different pressures of this black to kind of create some depth into the wings. Sorry guys, working like a madman again. If you are following along, there will be a little 3 little dots in the corner somewhere on your screen, and you'll be able to slow down the speed if you go playback speed. So if anybody does follow along with this, feel free to slow me down. You might have to. Probably should have used, no, never mind. I was going to say I probably should have used Inktense, but actually they don't work very good in this book. Would be quicker though. I find even people who go really slow, I find if I'm trying to color along with them, I still have to slow them down. Okay, you can have
a lot of time.
You're lucky you even got this. You're gonna have to give a big hug to your dad because I wasn't gonna give it to you. Okay, good girl. So much for no phone today. Daddy caved. Well, this kind of looks like a child colored it right now, to be honest. So I'm with you there, Charlotte. But I'm hoping, coming in with the Posca, Jody, yours do not. I'm hoping that the detail will come in with the Posca. That's my hopes. Just trying to put in enough differentiation with grays and blacks in here that it looks okay with just Posca over top. And I think we're pretty much there. Oh, Mama never caves. Never. Daddy, on the other hand. Daddy caves. Okay, so, and with the Posca, first thing I'm going to do is just kind of go over the top of this wing. Kind of outline it. I'm going to see, wow, I don't really want to zoom you guys out just in case anybody does follow along with this. It'd be nicer if it was closer. So I'm going to try to keep the book in frame. Okay, so start with that. We're going to have to kind of work a little bit methodically here. And then I am just going to loosely just start kind of following what Jasmine has done here with the feathers. And just kind of put just random lines, kind of following the way that the feathers are going. Will this work? I don't know, but I guarantee it will look interesting. Thanks, Jody. It's a little bit messy, but makes it a hell of a lot easier, pardon my French, than coloring all these feathers in individually. I don't got time for that. I really don't. I agree. Thanks, Phantom. It does, yes. It looks, I don't know. I'm actually really liking it. It's very messy and almost like, honestly, it reminds me of like an optical illusion. And really, like, I will plead laziness on this because this is taking no time at all, but it's effective, and I am lazy, so I'm fine with that. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that, Phantom. This is actually, I've never done this before. I'm just winging it. Literally winging it. Because they're her wings. Sorry, guys. My family has a thing with puns. Carbon, honey, can you let Daddy in? I don't know if you heard me. 2 seconds, guys. I gotta let Rain in the house. Of course not. Okay. Good. Little hair. There we go. Simple, effective. I don't know how long that took us, but it's not very long at all. Phantom, yeah, she's gonna have, well, actually, I'm a little bit undecided now. I'm thinking maybe gray, but I'm leaning towards green eyes. Oh, we actually might be able to finish this today. Yay! Okay, we might as well tackle this bird now. And just for Jody, there we go. So we'll do the same thing. We'll come in with our colors. Thanks, Christine. I'm actually really glad that it worked out really good, actually. I was a little bit worried there at first. But seriously, Posca is amazing. Like, the amount of detail that it can put in with, like, very little effort is extraordinary. And I actually kind of got that idea from that girl's hair that I did. I think I showed you guys last stream or maybe the stream before. I kind of did the same thing where I colored in her hair and then it lacked. It just kind of looked boring. So I took a Posca and went over pretty much all of it and just created some random lines and stuff, and it turned out amazing. Hi, Maja. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. No, of course. That's why I live stream, hun, and do tutorials. You are more than welcome to use any techniques that I use. I am here to do the things you guys are too scared to do and test them out for you. If that makes sense. No, really, I'm too scared to do these things too, but you guys inspire me to, and thankfully it usually works out, so. And if not, you guys know not to do it, or try to do it better. Okay, so I'm going in with the aquamarine first. Again, just kind of randomly putting this in. Okay, and then the cobalt turquoise. But yeah, if I was coloring this page on my own, I don't think I would have ever tried doing that. Maybe. I don't know, I don't think I would have. I would have played it safe and probably taken like 3 hours to color the feathers, and they probably would not have turned out that interesting. Yeah, you colored with mustard, so I don't know. I'm having a hard time believing that. Okay, coming in with the violet now. Yes, you guys are a good influence to my creativity. Which is a win-win for everybody because we try new techniques and then you guys can try those techniques and you know what they'll look like, and then I'm not so scared to try new things. Okay, and lastly, in with the lavender, I'm just going to go over pretty much everything that I haven't colored in yet. Again, super, super light. But I am going to go back over everything now that I've got that in there just a little bit. Same light pressure, but I'm just going to go over it a couple more times just to get that color a little bit darker without ruining the paper. Yeah, I have that problem too. Like, see, for example, Katrine, bless her, from Always Coloring, she does that, her dab, dab, dab with the Neo colors. I've tried that twice now and I can't get it to look near as good as hers did. Like, at all. It looks like awful. It looks awful. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. I don't know how she did that. Okay, this is the violet. Just going over with the same colors. This is the aquamarine. And then the cobalt turquoise, which I think is my favorite of these colors. So I'm going to put quite a bit of this in here and darken it up. Just because I think it pairs really good with the black. Me too, they're beautiful. I might have to do a hair color with like an ombre from like green to purple or vice versa. Yeah, sometimes new colors are hard to get used to. Oh, silver and gray would be pretty neat. I think for her eyes, we'll probably use the, what's the word I'm looking for? Tracing paper. Yeah, we'll use tracing paper to kind of see what we like and go from there. I'm not sure if this is beak or feathers here, so I'm just going to kind of color that in there, and then we can come in with our black. And we'll just do this guy the same way that we did the other birdie. Okay, I'm going to screenshot that and I'll put it in my book of ideas. Yeah, there's I don't know, guys. I'm not sure on eyes. We could try hazel too. Hazel actually might look really good too because it's kind of a mix between the green and the golds. I like the idea of gray because of her wings. I like the idea of green because the only other thing that we have green really is a little bit in the birds and the grass. So the only problem with gray is I usually use grays to kind of for the whites of her eyes. On Jasmine's girls, I don't leave them really white. I leave them more of kind of like a gray to get a somewhat realistic look. So I just have to make sure if we did gray eyes that you can differentiate between the two. Yeah, I love tracing paper. As soon as I never even thought of using it until I was going through a whole bunch of my old art stuff, and the tracing paper I've probably had since like grade 9, grade 8 maybe even. So I was just going through and I seen it there, and I'm like thinking, am I going to use this? And then it's like, yeah, that's a good idea. I could use this for coloring. So then I've been using it ever since. So for now, I'm just kind of going over the lines that Jasmine has in here already, just creating shadows. I'm mostly kind of outlining the bird. I do have the 150 set, and when you're buying cases, make sure that they say 150 slot pencil case. The one I have is by Top Ray, and I actually do have a review on it. If you're interested, hun, it's on my channel under, I think it's under reviews and flip throughs, I think the playlist is called. So if you go find that, it's in there. And I still, to this day, have no complaints about this pencil case. It is my favorite. If I bought another one, though, I would probably get one that just flips like a book. Because the one that I have, you flip it open, and then it's got 2 flaps on either side that you can open too. But my desk isn't very big, so when I have both of those sides open, it takes up a lot of space. So that's my only complaint, but functionality-wise, this pencil case is amazing. Definitely would recommend it. Yeah, see, that's the kind I wish I would have gotten. Okay, now I'm just going to come in and kind of create some feathery looks, some little lines and stuff. Basically just little bits of black. I think the reason I went for this one over one of those is I think this one was cheaper. But again, I still would have paid the extra money for one that flips like a book. I think I'm quite happy with that, so we'll come in with our fine liner. Same thing as the other bird. Just gonna come in and darken up some of these lines here. Making sure that I am going over the lines that Jasmine already has in there, because that will help keep the shape of the bird. You want those lines to be really noticeable. Yeah, the wings on this guy looks amazing actually. Okay, there is our last bird. I'm just going to come in with the black. Pretty firm on the bottom of his beak, and then I'm going to fade it up to pretty much nothing. And at the top here, his feet, I think I'm just going to color in, for the most part, just black with a little bit of highlight at the top there. And then we can come in, I almost put highlights with a black Posca, that's not good. Come in with a white Posca and add some highlights. And I wonder, actually, if we put in a couple highlights on his feathers maybe. Let's do that and see how that looks. I don't want to add too much, just a little bit, especially near the tops of feathers. That'll give him a little bit of extra interest, I think. There, look at that guy. Let's do the same for this little guy down here. I'll put a little bit of a highlight in on this cold bit of this chair, or seats, I don't know really what you would call this. Same with a little bit on the buckles. And we'll tackle this thing, and then we've just got her eyes, and I think that's pretty much it. I don't think there's too much that I put for highlights in here. We want to keep this picture fairly dark. We could come in, how much time do we have? I was going to say we could come in with a Posca to put some extra detail in her hair, but I don't think the Posca I have is as dark as I would want to, so I'm not going to, but you guys definitely could. So same thing again with the wings. I'm just going to come in, find the shadows, kind of shade them out, and we're just going to have a mixture of black and gray in here. Don't forget, the next book that we're working on is a Kirby Roseanne's book. So next Monday, well, this upcoming Monday, I suppose, we will choose one of those and get started on that. And I'm super nervous and excited because I love Kirby's work, but it's so intimidating and takes forever. So it should be fun. A lot less wing on this one, so it's going to be a lot faster. I can imagine, Jody. They'd take me ages, literally ages. Okay, I don't want to do the black on that wing yet because otherwise we're going to have to wait for the Posca to dry, and that takes a little bit. So let's grab some tracing paper here. Hopefully our birds are dry enough. We'll just try not to move this around too much. Okay, so I'm just going to roughly try this out. So this is kind of the gray here. Lighten that up a little bit. And then it's hard to decide on eye color if there's no pupils, so we'll color those into kind of hard to see. The paper kind of models it up a little bit, but that's what the gray would look like. It's pretty good, actually. See, or we could do a bluey green. I'm just going to use the colors that I have out right now, so... Cobalt turquoise and the parrot green, or sorry, aquamarine. Okay, so that's what the green would look like. I think I'd dull it down a little bit, and I'm actually not really sold on that either. Okay, let's try a hazel color with the green ochre maybe. So that's with the green ochre. Maybe a little bit of artichoke and a little bit of that green in there just to turn them a little bit hazel. I think I'm leaning towards that one. What do you guys think? Again, there's the green, and then there's the gray. I don't know, I actually kind of like the gray too. I'm torn between the gray and the hazel. What do you guys think? Oh, try blue, okay. Let's grab out these ones. Blue actually might look pretty good too, since the background is blue. Oops. Okay, and that's what the blue would look like. Which I actually don't mind that either. That's amazing, Jody. I don't think I could do that. Okay, so what do you guys think? We've got 2 for hazel. I think that's the one I'm leaning towards as well. My hot chocolate is super cold, but still really good. So I think hazel it is then. Okay. We'll go with hazel. I think that's the one that stood out to me the most. So we'll start in with the green ochre. It's kind of a medium pressure, and we'll put this in at the top here. And bring it down. And I'm going to grab the cobalt turquoise. Just going to lightly put in a little tiny bit of this in with the green ochre. And then we can switch to the artichoke. Just going to lightly color this in. I don't want her eyes to be too bright. I want them to kind of be kind of pale almost. Come back in with the green ochre. Kind of burnish over top of that green. Bring it out a little bit. And then I think we'll put in a little bit of black just in at the very top. Okay, what 50%? Do I still have that out? Yes, okay, so I've got the 50% here. Let me zoom in a little bit, guys. Sorry, shaky camera. Here we go. So I'm just gonna come in at the tops of her eyeballs, the whites of her eyes here with this. Kind of bring it down a little bit. Hey, pretty girl. Good morning. We come in a little bit at the bottom as well. And then I'm going to switch to the 70% and I'm going to pop this in at the very, very top. Just to create that shadow that our eyelashes kind of make along our eyes. And I don't think I colored in this little bit here, so I'm going to grab one of the skin colors that we used. I think I'm just going to grab the light peach. We'll keep it simple. So grab that and bring it in along her inner eye here. Actually, I think I might have done that already, but it was just really, really light. And then in with the whites, make sure that your white's clean. I'm going to come in on the white of her eye and just blend those grays. And then I also want the nectar. I'm going to pop this in the corners and then lighten it out with the light peach. So then we can come in with our black, and I'm first going to go over top of her eyelashes. I try doing this without ruining them like I always do. I struggle with Jasmine's eyelashes on her girls. Just her style. So she's kind of got that gothic look, so I'm going to really darken these up. Just be really careful about it. Sorry guys, just really concentrating here. Okay. Not too bad anyways, definitely could have been a little bit better. Seriously, these eyelashes are hard. I think I need like a finer pen for this, but I don't have one. I don't know, hun. Sharpies, the nibs on them are a little bit too thick. I probably wouldn't use them for this, but a fine liner. You would definitely be able to get away with a fine liner. It might not be quite as black, but it would work. Oh my gosh, I was holding my breath the whole time too. Okay, I'm gonna come in and we'll finish up this wing. Gotta wait for her pupils to dry before we can put the highlights in. Same thing as the other wing, we're just going to go a little bit mad here and put in a lot of random little lines and feathery looking things. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you could use the fine liner on a Sharpie. My only other concern with Sharpie, if it doesn't bother you, go ahead and use one, but I find that they kind of have like a sheen to them, like kind of like you know how oil from cars kind of has that tint, kind of like our crow. It's got like blues and purples in it. I find that Sharpies kind of have that same thing. I can't say if the fine liners do, but I know the big ones kind of seem like that. Let's see, I'm just gonna grab my purple Posca here. I want to see how dark it is. I don't know why. Her hair just seems so plain now against everything that I'm debating making it prettier. I don't know. It might be too light. It's not going to make much of a difference. But I'll do it anyways. Why not? Zoom out here. No, out. Out phone. Okay, sorry guys, phone is not letting me zoom here. Oh my goodness, that's because I'm trying to zoom in. Sky's not all here today. Trying to zoom in on my phone, while trying to zoom out while I'm zooming in, wondering why it's not working. So I'm just going to take my Posca pen here and just create a couple extra little lines in her hair. I feel like it needs it. Oh, you're so welcome, Christine. Bye, hun. Sorry, guys, I haven't been paying much attention to chat. Just trying to get this finished. We're always kind of racing against my phone. It should last a few more minutes, but it's probably pretty close to drained. The battery on it usually only lasts a little bit more than 2 hours. Never sure how much more, though. There we go. I'm not sure if this makes a huge difference, but adds a little bit extra oomph to her hair, and I think with how detailed those wings and the birds ended up, I think her hair needs a little bit of pick-me-up. can even kind of make some strands come out a little bit farther. It's one of the great things about Posca pens. And then we can come in and do a little something on her eyes. I want to keep it fairly simple, I think. Maybe just a little dot and a little line. And a little bit of gloss for her lip. Let me just see what happens if I add in little bits of white to this wing here. I want to see if this makes much of a difference. I don't think it really does, actually. I think there's already so much difference between the black and the grays in the wing that adding white doesn't make it as different as it did with the crows. But I think that's it. Should we put just a couple little dots in the sky or leave it as is and call it done? Phantom Girl, in regards to your comment about Poscas and their expensiveness, I actually got this set on eBay, and this is 12 colors for, I want to say it was $20 Canadian, which is an amazing price. I'd have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it was $20. And I think that's like the best deal, or maybe it was 40. It might have been more than 20. I might be lying. I'd have to check. Thanks, Nia. Ooh, one for stars, one for leave it. I don't know if tracing paper would work with stars. It might. Let's try it. I'm not sure if the white would show up overly well. Okay, let's see here. Because if we do put in some stars, it's not going to be very many. It's just going to kind of be random little dots here and there. What do you guys think? Stars or no stars? I'm not sure how well that's showing up. Oops. Yes, stars? Okay, let's put in some. This picture is fairly dark, so we don't really have a lot of highlights. So I think the stars will kind of help with that. A little bit in this corner. Kind of do little stars all by their lonesome. It's hard to get that perfect amount of stars. I've been working on that. Okay, there we go. Just a little bit of whimsicalness. Just kind of enough to add a little bit of sparkle to it. And sorry, Jody, no real sparkle in this one, but her dress looks sparkly, so hopefully that counts. Oh, Lily's snoring. She's so cute. But anyways, I think that's it. This picture is completely finished. I hope you guys enjoyed the process, and I appreciate the company and all the advice and decision makings you guys made. So we all know I am super indecisive. All right, thanks again, everybody. I will see you next Monday and hopefully in Nick and Tina's stream tonight as well. Thanks again, guys. Bye.